This is the Dreo portable air conditioner, 14,000 BTU, a tall, clean-looking tower with soft curves, a white body, a glossy round display up front, and a set of motorized louvers that seal shut when it's off. The design leans modern more than industrial, and it actually looks like something you can leave in a bedroom or living room without feeling like you parked a workshop tool in the corner. Key features that stand out at a glance are the bright display you can read from across the room, the louvers that oscillate to spread air more evenly, and a clever magnetic parking spot for the remote so it doesn't vanish into a couch cushion. From my experience, the build feels sturdy and the footprint is manageable for a 14K BTU unit, roughly 28 inches tall, about 17 inches deep, and around 14 inches wide. It rolls easily on hard floors thanks to smooth casters, but it's not a featherweight. In my opinion, portability is true within a single floor. On carpet, the wheels bog down, and carrying it up or down stairs is a two-hand, plan your steps kind of job. The side handles work, though they aren't super ergonomic. I treat it as a place-it for the season appliance rather than something I shuttle from room to room every day. Setup took me about 15 minutes, and I didn't need tools. The included window kit uses adjustable panels that fit most vertical or horizontal windows in a common range, and the exhaust hose locks in with a firm click. I like that the panel hardware uses simple wing nuts, and that the hose connection is snug enough that I didn't need to tape anything. The only hiccup is hose length. The hose is on the short side, which limits where you can place the unit relative to your window. If your ideal spot is far from the window or blocked by furniture, plan to rearrange a bit. I also recommend sealing any small gaps around the panel with the included foam strips so hot air doesn't creep back in.
Cooling is where this unit earns its keep. BTU is basically a measure of how much heat an air conditioner can remove per hour, and 14,000 BTU is strong for a single hose portable. It's rated for medium to larger rooms. From my experience, it handled a 250 square foot office that bakes in the afternoon sun without breaking a sweat. I watched the temperature drop several degrees within the first 10 to 15 minutes and keep coasting downward from there. I also tried it in a roughly 360 square foot living room, and the cooling felt fast and even, with the airflow reaching well across the room. The vertical swing helps push cool air outward instead of pooling it in front of the unit, which matters if you don't sit right next to it. Noise is a make or break factor for me, especially at night. This unit is quieter than most portables I've used. On low, it blends into the room as a low hum. I've watched TV and taken calls without turning it off. On high, you'll hear a steady rush of air, but it avoids that harsh droning tone that wears you down. The brand quotes as low as about 46 decibels, and what I hear lines up with that. The compressor kicks in smoothly, there's no rattly panel sound, and the display can be dimmed or turned off, which is a big deal for light-sensitive sleepers. There's a child lock too, so little hands can't nudge your settings. Smart control is a strong point. The Dreo app setup took me a couple of minutes over 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi, and once it's connected, the app mirrors every button on the unit and the remote. Scheduling is straightforward, and I can change temps or modes from the couch or while I'm on the way home. The energy and usage history views are helpful for tracking patterns, and voice control through Alexa or Google works without fuss. I've told it to turn on, tweak the set point, or switch to fan mode using a smart speaker, and it responds quickly. As a heads up, it doesn't tie into Apple Home Kit, so if that's your main ecosystem, you'll be using the Dreo app rather than the Apple Home app. Modes are simple: cool, fan, and dehumidify, plus an auto mode that balances to your set temperature. There's a 24-hour timer and sleep settings that nudge temperature to keep things comfortable overnight. It's cooling only, so there's no heat mode for winter. I'd love a heat pump version for year-round use, but in hot months, the focus here is strong cooling and ease of use. Maintenance is where it gets easy. The rear filters pop out for a rinse under the faucet. Dry them and snap them back in. No disposable filter subscription, no fuss. The drainage is mostly hands-off thanks to a self-evaporative system that uses heat from the condenser to evaporate collected moisture out the exhaust. In normal humidity, I don't have to empty anything.
If you live where humidity regularly sits above roughly 85%, you might need to use the included drain hose occasionally, especially in dehumidify mode. It's not a deal breaker, but it's worth knowing. A quick note on efficiency basics for newcomers. This is a single hose design, which means it pulls some room air across the condenser and exhausts that air outside. That can create slight negative pressure that draws warm air in from nearby rooms or gaps. Dual hose units reduce that side effect by using outside air for the condenser. In practice, with a decent window seal and a room within the recommended size, the Dreo still cools quickly and comfortably. If you're chasing absolute efficiency, a dual hose or mini split will win, but this Dreo hits a strong balance of performance, simplicity, and price. The remote deserves credit. It mirrors full controls, and the magnetic holder means it has a home base. Little quality of life details like that matter. The louver's closing when off keeps dust out and makes the front look clean. And the top touch buttons are clearly labeled if you prefer to walk up and tap controls. In my opinion, the biggest trade-offs are physical, not functional. It's heavy enough that I plan its location and leave it there for the season. On carpet, the wheels aren't great. The short exhaust hose limits placement, which is the one thing I truly wish were different out of the box. There's also no built-in heat, and smart home support doesn't include Apple HomeKit. On the positive side, cooling is fast and consistent. Noise is pleasantly low. The app and voice control make daily use simple, and maintenance is almost nothing. It's perfect for renters or homeowners who can't do a permanent window or mini split install, for anyone needing strong cooling in a single room up to a medium-large size, and for light sleepers who need a quieter portable AC. From my experience, it's also a great fit if you want to schedule pre-cooling before bedtime or before you get home, and if you appreciate being able to check or change settings remotely. I'd recommend this for people with bedrooms, home offices, living rooms, or studio spaces in the 300 to 450 square foot range, especially if your afternoons get hot or you have west-facing windows. If you expect to move it up and down stairs often, live in ultra-humid conditions where you hate the idea of a drain hose, or need deep integration with Apple's ecosystem, you might want to look at alternatives. Otherwise, this one delivers on the core job. It makes hot rooms comfortable quickly and keeps them there without turning your space into a noise zone. Key features that kept me using it daily are the quick cooldowns, genuinely quiet operation for a portable, the self-evaporative drainage-free design in normal conditions, the app with clear scheduling and usage info, and that simple but excellent magnetic remote dock. The thoughtful touches add up, and the overall experience is smooth. In conclusion, the Dreo Portable Air Conditioners, 14,000 BTU, is a strong, modern take on a portable AC. It looks good, cools fast, runs quieter than most portables I've tried, and keeps upkeep simple. It has real limitations with weight, carpet mobility, and hose length, but none of those got in the way of its main purpose for me, keeping my rooms cool, comfortable, and easy to manage day-to-day with the app and voice control. I will update specific information about the Dreo portable air conditioners in the comments. Don't forget to catch my next video.